Bro, listen. I am not coming to the Echo Lounge tonight. That club is off the table for me for multiple reasons, and you know why. So, you're just gonna have to go alone, unfortunately, dude. I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm sure you'll find some pretty young thing in there. Just, yeah, keep an open mind, but I'm not coming out tonight. Oh, dude, why are you even raving about that club? It's overrated as shit. Plus, like I said, you know as well as I do. Sydney always goes there. And I don't need that smoke tonight, okay? Me and her have only just got on, blocked terms at the moment. I don't need to see her, dude, so I'm not coming to the Echo Lounge. If I do go out, I might hit up the Neon Vault or something like that. Somewhere chill. Have a few drinks and then come home. So, if you want to party tonight, just go and party, dude. You don't need to bring me along. I'm all good. Sorry for being a drag. Oh, like that is it? You're a dick. I'm not even sorry. Look, if you ever actually got into a relationship, which you never do because you're such a womanizer, you'd know, as well as I do, how dangerous the crazy ex can be. And my crazy ex, Sydney, is a fucking weapon. So, I'm not going to the Echo Lounge because I don't need that. Look, if I do decide to come out tonight, I'll shoot you a text, okay? And if not, have fun, alright, bro? Yeah. Plus, I gotta admit, I'm gonna do some work on my car. My supercharger's been acting up, and I could really do... Wait, bro. I'll call you back. I got something going on. No, it's fine, I'll call you back. Hey! What are you doing? Yeah, obviously I'm talking to you. Ugh! You been in my room, you little freak? You stealing my shit? That's my fucking hoodie. You better take that off now. A mix-up? Oh, don't play stupid. That's my Metallica hoodie. I wear that all the time and it's very expensive. You trying to steal my stuff? Oh. Take it off and I'll let you go. You're a weirdo, you know that? Taking other people's clothes. You obviously knew that was my hoodie. I mean, practically goes right down to your knees, you weirdo. Don't do that again, okay? Oh, fine, I'm sorry for pinning you down. It's just... I gotta be honest, I thought you were robbing me. Look, listen, why do you look so pale? I'm not insulting you, I mean, genuinely, you look awful. What the hell happened to you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Why the hell do I care? I'm just your roommate who you absolutely hate and the feeling is goddamn mutual. Look, just stay out of my room and stay away from my clothes, alright? Okay, I won't put my hands on you again. Look, you can't honestly say I hurt you anyway. I just grabbed my hoodie. Where the hell did you get that from? We don't do our laundry in the same place. You had to have been in my room. Be like that then. Look, I'm gonna put a lock on my room, and you better stay away from my stuff, okay? Such a weirdo. Look, you know what? You owe me this, alright? This Metallica hoodie is a limited run. It was very expensive and very difficult to get, okay? And it has a lot of good memories attached to it. So, for attempting to steal that from me, regardless if you say you weren't trying to steal it or not, you owe me an explanation. Why the hell were you wearing my hoodie? And why do you look so goddamn pale? What's happened to you? You've always been a weirdo, and me and you have never been particularly close as roommates. But... recently, you've been acting so... Ugh. What's wrong with you, dude? Whatever. Just tell me, alright? Because I want to know. I'm not worried per se. It's just, look, we live together, alright? I'm not trying to help you, I'm not trying to be nice. Whatever's happening to you could potentially happen to me, so I want to know. Have you been robbed or something? What's going on? You on drugs? Obviously I'd ask that. I mean, you look... Truth be told, you look emaciated. What the hell happened to you? Fine. Then just tell me why you had my hoodie. Because you were freezing? Well, why didn't you put your heater on then? It is cold in this apartment, and at the moment we don't have any central heating. But I've got a heater, you've got a heater. We both have our own supplies of energy, so... Why don't you just put your heater on? Or, better yet, why don't you use one of your own hoodies? What do you mean you had to sell your hoodies? You had to sell your hoodies? To who? I'm laughing because it's stupid. What do you mean? God, this is a crap excuse. It's not an excuse. Well, then tell me. Tell me what the hell's going on. Look, you know what? Fine. You don't owe me an explanation. You can carry on with your day. I don't care. I got my hoodie back. That's all that bothered me. But... Look. Just tell me, alright? You look like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. I know I've always been a dick to you, and I know we don't get along. But... Look, I know a thing or two about being in a shit position, okay? So... Just tell me, alright? Don't make me pin you down again. That was a joke, dumbass. So, you had to sell some of your clothes. Why did you have to sell some of your clothes? To pay rent? But you didn't pay rent this month. You always struggle to pay Wait. I've just realised. Have you lost your job? Oh shit. Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Look, we both still need to put half to rent, okay? So... You don't have to yell at me, alright? I know you're trying, I know you are. All I'm saying is that... You know what? It doesn't matter, okay? Just take care of yourself, alright? I'm sure you'll find another job. Yeah, I know, it's easier said than done. I was jobless for a real long time, okay? So I'm guessing, seeing as though you won't tell me anything without yelling at me, I'm gonna assume that the reason why you look so crap, the reason why you were wearing my hoodie, is because 1, you can't afford the energy bill, so your side of the apartment's not heated. 2, you've not been eating, because all of your money's gone to rent. And 3, the reason why all of this has occurred is because you lost your job. So at the moment, you are... Well, you're living in poverty, aren't you? Yeah, I know, but that's what it is. Look, I know the last thing you want to hear is my crybaby backstory, but I had nothing at one point as well, alright? And I'm sorry that I assumed you taking my hoodie was a malicious act. I honestly just thought you either wanted it for yourself or, you know, you just wanted to be a dick to me. I never for a second thought that maybe you were actually cold and you didn't have any other clothes. So, here, look. I ain't taking pity on you, just shut up and take it. Here. Yeah, put it back on. Just give me back when you get your own hoodie, alright? And in regards to rent, how about for the next, should we say 3 months, I'll pay rent in full, okay? Work's hard for me, but it's going smooth. So, I'll give you 3 months of grace, and hopefully you can get back on your feet. Why would I kick you out? Do I look like that much of a dick? Don't answer that. But still, I'm not gonna kick you out, okay? Look, me and you, we've never... Do you want to sit down? Yeah, look, no, just sit down with me, okay? I just agreed to pay your rent. It's the least you can do for me. Good. You're an idiot, you know that? Because you should have just come to me and told me what was going on. You shouldn't try and hide it. I know, but... You know what? I don't blame you. The causality of this situation is my own doing, really. I always treated you like crap. I never made you feel like you could come to me for anything, so I'm not surprised that you weren't truthful with me. But we share this apartment, so naturally we are, to a certain extent, partners. And I'm sorry that I've been such a bad partner, and that I made you feel like you couldn't talk to me about anything, especially something as serious as this. Like I said, to apologise, I'm gonna let you borrow my hoodie, and I'll pay rent for the next few months, okay? Till you find a job. Obviously, I'm serious. I'm not evil, okay? I wouldn't joke about that. Look, here. Yeah, I'm holding out my hand. It's what people do. People shake hands, you know, when they make a deal. That's my deal. Alright? You want to add something to it? Okay, what do you want? Once you get back on your feet, you'll repay me in full. Even buy me a new hoodie. Alright, bet. Sounds like a plan to me. Right then. From now on, I'll pay the rent. You use what little scraps of money you've got left to pay for food and heating, okay? And I'll also pay for the utilities in full too. Yeah, I know, but still, I'll help you out as much as you can. And just to try and make you feel less pitiful, you're gonna pay me back, right? So, think of it as a loan. But, you know, I actually wouldn't make you pay any of that back. I'd do it out of the kindness of my shriveled up tiny heart. I know it must come as such a surprise to you, but I actually do have a heart, you know? Especially when somebody's going through something that I went through. Yeah, of course I did. We've never really spoke, have we? Not properly anyway, so you wouldn't know about that side of me. But, when I was growing up, I grew up in a house with 6 brothers. Now, to start with, things were tight, but they were okay, you know? We didn't get many Christmas presents, we didn't go on vacation, but we all had full stomachs, we all had a heated house, and we all had one really, really, really long bed to share. And it wasn't great, but it was doable, you know? But unfortunately, my dad, he lost his job. At the time I was about 16, I would say. I'm the oldest of the 6 brothers. And he tried to find a new job at the bottom of a bottle. Now, I don't know if you know this, but you actually can't find a job at the bottom of a whiskey bottle. It's crazy, isn't it? But so many people do for some reason. That's where they initially look, because they think that life's over when something shit happens. But it's not. Life's not over for you, and it wasn't over for my dad. The reason why life was over for my dad at that point was because he chose for life to be over at that point. He chose to retreat into a bottle, become a drunk, and have us lose our house, have my brothers scattered across the foster system, and have me kicked out on my arse because I wasn't really young enough to be adopted, but I was also not old enough to live by myself, so they just kind of left me in hostels. And I had nothing. Barely had an education. Couldn't go to school, for obvious reasons, and I knew what it was like to be hungry. You see, the thing is, hunger is one of the worst feelings you could feel. It's not like going on a diet. It's not like being restricted with calories. It's a situation, I would say, actually, where everything you want, from food to heating to friendship to safety, you can't have. And you see so many people flaunting it around you, and yet you don't get to have it. And that feeling is one of the worst feelings anyone could ever go through. And I know you're probably going to say that your situation isn't as bad as that, but it's still similar. And it still sucks. You look like you haven't eaten in days. You're freezing cold. And you're struggling. And I was like that once. But I kept going. I didn't turn to drugs or alcohol. I didn't become a bad person. I didn't even turn to crime to earn a living. What I did do was I found any and everywhere I could work, and I started working. And I started looking for every way possible out of that situation. Unfortunately, I found out I had a knack for fixing cars. So that's what I did. I became a mechanic. I was very, very lucky that I found a garage that was willing to take me on and pay cash in hand for a while when I didn't have a proper living situation. But that was always going to happen. I wouldn't even call it luck. It was tenacity what got me there. And now, well, I'm a master technician, and I'm damn near close to running the shop I work at. And I'm not hungry anymore. And that was all because I kept going. But there was situations where I felt like giving up. And there was situations where I wouldn't have made it if I didn't get help. So I'm going to pay that forward to you, alright? And I'm sorry for dropping all of this on you now, but I feel like you need to hear it, because I can see the loneliness in your eyes. I can see the isolation that poverty brings. You feel weak, you feel embarrassed, you feel lost, you feel hard done by, you feel angry, you feel sad, and you feel confused all at once, and I know how that feels. And it's a very isolating feeling. So, like I said, I'm going to pay forward all the help that I got when I was in them situations to you. So don't worry about rent, don't worry about utilities, and don't worry about that stupid fucking hoodie. Just try your hardest to get back on your feet, because I know you can. If a moron like me can do it, well, a smart ass like you sure as shit can. So, from the bottom of my tar black heart, you've got this. Alright? Well, okay, what are you doing? Yeah, I noticed you're hugging me. God, you're a hugger? I didn't know that about you. No, I'm not opposed to hugging. I'm just, yeah. Yeah, I'm a tough guy, aren't I? I don't like hugging and closeness. No, you're right. I do, really. That was sweet. Ah, screw it, come back here. You're gonna be alright, okay? Look, and yes, before you ask, this does mean that we're friends now, okay? And if you need to talk to me about anything, come talk to me, alright? I have to ask, throughout this whole time of me and you playing this game of ignoring each other, was there any point where you wanted to ask me something and you didn't? There was only one thing you ever wanted to say to me. Oh, what was that? Wait, so you're not mad at the fact that I'm a slob or anything like that? No, I always kept everything nice and tidy and clean. Oh, that's good. I always thought I didn't... Wait, so what was it you wanted to ask me or tell me? You wanted to tell me that my girlfriend is a psycho and you hated her? You mean Sydney? That's my ex, that's not my girlfriend. Dear God, do not ever call her my girlfriend again. Me and Sydney, we dated for about 8 months, and yeah, I brought her around here quite a few times. God, was she mean to you? Behind my back? Jesus, I did not know about that, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Sydney... Look, I can't even put this in a nice way. She was crazy, alright? She was completely insane. She was the most manipulative, overbearing, psychopathic, vindictive person I've ever met. She was the type of person to cheat on me and then blame me for it. Or, if I caught her dead to rights and she did it for no other reason than self-satisfaction, she'd blame the guy she cheated on me with. She never took any accountability for anything, and she always treated me so very, very poorly. But it's done and over with now. We are so done and over with. Blocked her on everything. Unfortunately, I haven't seen her at all. There's a club my friends want me to go to, called the Echo Lounge. Yeah, that big expensive place in the middle of the city. We used to go there a lot, me and Sydney, and I know she goes there currently with her current boyfriend. Don't ask me how I know that, I just do. I haven't been stalking her Facebook or anything like that, she just... Yeah, word gets around about that girl. So, I even try and stay away from places like that where I know she'll be. So, I'm really sorry that she treated you that way. I did not put her up to it. Did you think that I put her up to it? I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry. She's horrible to everybody, but she's out of my life now and she will stay out of my life. If I ever see her again, I swear to God, I'll phone the police and I'll get a restraining order. She's done, and we are done. There wasn't really anything I ever wanted to say to you, to be honest. I know that's not very interesting, but... I mean, apart from the fact that we didn't get along initially, for whatever reason, you were the perfect roommate. You are the perfect roommate. You're quiet and caring and considerate, even when you don't have to be. And I really respect you. So, yeah. But I am so sorry about my ex treating you that way. That is unforgivable. On the topic of apologising, though, I would like to apologise for, well, manhandling you earlier. You know, when I grabbed the hood of my hoodie and pulled you towards me? I'm sorry about that. It was completely out of order that I put my hands on you. It was a fit of rage and it was wrong, and I'm really, really sorry. I just thought that you were stealing from me, and this doesn't justify it, okay? This doesn't justify it at all. This is just an ancillary fact, but because of my experience in hostels, I get very aggressive over protecting my property because I had to be back in the day, and I guess that trauma kind of came out, and it was wrong of me to do that. So I'm really, really sorry, and me paying for your rent for the next few months is the least I can do. I didn't hurt you or anything, did I? No, that's good. I'm sorry for pinning you down. That was so wrong of me. No, I didn't really pin you down, I just pulled you closer to me, didn't I? But, yeah. I don't like using my hands for anything other than fixing cars. And pleasure, of course. As disgusting as that is. Yeah, I know. It's because I'm gross. So we're cool then? That's so great to hear. In fact, it's amazing to hear that we're better than cool. I should have done this sooner, but I just didn't for whatever reason. Like I said, deep down, I do have a good heart, and I do care, but I'm still very rough around the edges, and I've still got a lot of growing to do. So, I'm sorry for all that I did to you in the past or didn't do, and I'm sorry for earlier. Going forward, I'll use that as a lesson to never judge a situation by how it looks. The contents is what matters. Thank you. Thank you for being so open with me. Well, just know that you can come to me anytime you need. Me and you, we are officially friends. Listen, I can tell that you're obviously starving, so I'm gonna order some dinner. Do you want some? No. I want to get you something, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm getting you something, whether you like it or not. Oh, I'm gonna be dominant in this situation, because it matters. You matter. Whether you believe that or not at the moment, you matter. So, I was kind of thinking of getting a Chinese takeout, but we can get whatever you fancy. Dude, dinner's on me, and frankly, probably will be for the next few months. And that's not a complaint in any sense of the word, that's me telling you that dinner is on me until you're back on your feet. Yeah. Well, if you feel guilty, then how about I pay for the ingredients and you cook for me? I'm almost certain I'll love your cooking, actually, because I've smelt it more times than I can count, and I've always dreamed about you knocking on my door and offering me whatever you've been making because you're an amazing cook. So, if you feel guilty about me paying for the food, which you obviously do because you're so goddamn selfless, I'll pay for the ingredients, and you cook for us. Yeah, like a really weird family that was born out of an argument 20 minutes ago. Things are gonna work out for you, okay? I promise you. Things are gonna work out for you. You need another hug. You're a weirdo. Don't get used to these hugs, okay? I'm not a clingy person. You do give good hugs, though. Okay, maybe I could be persuaded into being a clingy person. But not at the moment, though. It's gonna take some time. Suppose you're right, I am the one that's not letting go of you, but that's just because I'm trying to warm you up. I'm sorry about our past. I really am. But our future's gonna look a lot different. And now, you've got help. So, let's get that pasty face of yours fed. And how about we watch a movie tonight? I know we've never watched a movie together, but let's watch a movie. alright? Pretty sure we've got very similar tastes. Yeah, I know that. So, let's get some food in you, and let's watch a movie. I guess that argument needed to happen, didn't it? Everything happens for a reason. But it's up to us to determine what that reason is. And today, that reason, at least by my point of view, was not just uniting us, but finally getting you the help that you need. Whether you like it or not, you're an amazing person, and things will get better from now on. I promise.